The Mustang Morning News is a public forum for student expression. Students make all content decisions, and opinions do not necessarily represent those of the Manhattan Beach Unified School District.
Today, we look at how the new TikTok ban could affect the way people approach social media.
And we look into how betting has changed the game in sports.
This is the Mustang Morning News. Welcome to the Mustang Morning News. I'm Vivian Watson.
And I'm Kyle Farrell.
Get ready to test your knowledge with the Costa Quiz.
Here's how it works. Go to our Instagram at Mustang Morning News, respond with your name, your teacher's name, and your answer to today's question for a chance to win a shout out for you and your class. Here's today's question. Which men's college basketball team has won the most national championships? Is it A, University of Kentucky, B, University of Connecticut, C, University of North Carolina, or D, UCLA?
Think you know the answer? Submit it through the response box on our Instagram story now, at Mustang Morning News. In the age of social media, what would happen if one of the most popular platforms was taken away? Nathan Inouye and Gordon Jonas report on the U.S. government's potential ban on TikTok.
With the international growth of social media, securing one's personal information online is virtually impossible. Although the majority of major social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter reserve the ability to document users' personal information, TikTok is a special exception. The parent company ByteDance, which is located in China, has faced backlash due to users being concerned about the country's role in managing and surveilling personal information. On top of that, concerns of China controlling the platform's censorship in media have also risen. In an attempt to secure the data of American users, 39 states have announced or gone through with TikTok bans on government-issued devices, including Montana, which has become the first state to ban it entirely on any device that is purchased within the state. Recently, the House of Representatives has passed the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary-Controlled Applications Act, a bill that proposes that any company controlled by foreign enemies sell or restrict their app. Now, the Senate will discuss and vote on the bill, requiring a majority vote to pass. If the Senate passes the bill, then it will be sent to the President for approval, who already has shared plans of signing the bill. If the bill is signed and put into action, the parent company ByteDance will have 6 months to either shut down the app in America or sell it to an American company. Despite these concerns, TikTok is at a user high, providing an open platform for free expression and creativity, with many content creators and business managers depending on the platform for income.
A lot of news and stuff of recent events I get from TikTok. There'll probably be replacements for it, but I think it'll be a loss.
Additionally, TikTok's role in U.S. economics is significant, impacting the country's GDP, job opportunities, and even tourism. Ultimately, the decision will be placed on the Senate, dictating the future of TikTok and if potential Chinese surveillance and influence outweighs the app's positive effects on America's economy and culture.
For the Mustang Morning News, this was Gordon Jonas and Nathan Inouye.
Professional sports have been at the forefront of the media for quite some time, with people making predictions and bets on the outcomes of games and seasons. Blake Diamond and Brent Berry find out how betting has impacted the game.
The rise of sports betting has not only transformed the aspect of sports, but also revolutionized the way fans interact with the game.
Well, people that gamble don't really root for specific teams. And betting with your heart or betting for your favorite team is a losing proposition.
In 2022, the NFL attracted an average of 17.9 million viewers per regular season game, marking a substantial 20% increase from 2017. According to the MLB's Vice President of Gaming and New Business Ventures, sports bettors, compared to the average fan, are 40% more likely to stream, 36% more likely to buy a ticket, and 30% more likely to read an article on MLB.com. This surge in viewership and interest underscores the significant impact of sports betting on the popularity and viewers of sports.
People will bet on what they can watch. People won't bet on if you can't watch it. So I think that has a lot to do with now that there's a tennis channel, there's a golf channel. I watch a game totally different than if I was just a fan of, like, I don't have a favorite team. Like, so I can't say, ooh, my favorite team is the Bears or my favorite team is Golden State Warriors. No, I don't have a favorite team because I've been in this industry so long where my favorite team is either I have action on that team or one of the books I do consulting work with needs the other side, so I'm cheering for that side. So
with sports viewership on the rise and participation rates in sports gambling reaching unprecedented levels, it's clear that sports betting has reshaped the way we engage with and perceive sports. For the Mustang Morning News, this is Bryn Berry and Blake Diamond.
We have the answer to today's Costa Quiz. The question was, which men's basketball team has won the most national championships? The answer is D. UCLA has won 11 national championships, winning 7 in a row from 1967 to 1973. Their most recent win was in 1995, where they played against Arkansas in the championship game. Congrats to the winner, who's been announced on our Instagram story. Last month, the Alabama Supreme Court ruled that embryos created using IVF are considered children. McKenna King and Jaden Meyer report on how this decision is impacting reproductive care.
On February 16th, the Alabama Supreme Court unanimously ruled that frozen embryos are entitled to the same legal status as children, giving them protections and rights under the law. Governor Kay Ivey signed the legislation into law on March 7th. The only passed law on IVF occurred in Louisiana, which prohibited the destruction of frozen embryos created during IVF. Supporters of the ruling argue that it acknowledges the value and rights of embryos, especially in cases where disputes arise over their fate. However, critics argue that it may infringe on individual rights to make decisions about their reproductive choices. The number of frozen embryos that resulted in live births has increased from just under 48,000 to over 75,000 in the past 9 years. For couples undergoing fertility treatments, the ruling introduces complexities regarding the ownership and disposition of unused embryos, particularly in cases of divorce or separation. The court's decision adds a layer of complexity to the family law proceedings, as courts now must navigate the legal status of frozen embryos in custody disputes. It's a balancing act between protecting individual rights and addressing the interests involved. As discussions surrounding reproductive rights and legal definitions continue, the Alabama Supreme Court's ruling on frozen embryos as children underscores the complexities of its ongoing debate. For the Mustang Morning News, this is Jane Meyer and McKenna King.
That's all for today's show, but make sure to check out our Instagram at Mustang Morning News to see the next What Now coming out this Friday.
Thanks for watching, Mustangs. Have a great day.